everyone, welcome to Rapid Review. So today we're going to talk about Chapter 18 of The Mandalorian, titled The Mines of Mandalore. So for me, this is another solid but ultimately underwhelming episode, but there's still a lot to like, and I'm pretty excited about the rest of the season. So let's get to it. The episode cuts right to the chase as Din and Grogu are headed straight to Mandalore. They make a pit stop in Tatooine to visit the always entertaining Peli, played by Amy Sedaris, where they pick up an astromech, R5-D4, and then head on their way to Mandalore. So I do like that this episode goes right to Mandalore. I was a little afraid that this would be a season-long quest, and I just don't feel like we needed that. So on the way there, Din continues to teach Grogu, and we learn that Grogu is taking in these lessons. They make it to Mandalore, and after struggling to defeat some Alamites, Din and Grogu descend into the ruins of Sundari. It's there that Din's captured by some strange cyborg-looking thing with a huge eye. Din is able to tell Grogu to escape and get Bo-Katan, and Grogu does. So I really like that Grogu's getting some agency on the show. While his communication isn't there, though he might have spoken his first word, he's becoming more of a character and he's acting on his own. And I really like that. I love that he was able to navigate to Bo-Katan, and it shows that he's listening to the lessons that he's getting from Din. So once he gets to Bo-Katan, I like that we're not quite sure if she's genuinely concerned for Din or if she just wants the Darksaber. And I like that bit of mystery about that. Whatever the case, she and Grogu return to Mandalore, and she's able to easily dispatch the Alamites, and then rescues Din with the help of Darksaber. I also loved how the show demonstrates the difference between Bo-Katan and Din in how they fight and how they wield Darksaber. Bo-Katan is clearly a warrior, versus Din, who's a great bounty hunter, but always seems to struggle in any battle he's in. We also get to see Bo-Katan wield Darksaber almost effortlessly, especially compared to the clumsy way in which Din wields it. In the end, we see that she went out of genuine concern because the Darksaber is returned to Din. The show ends with Bo-Katan taking Din to the living waters on Mandalore, where Din is able to step into the water to cleanse himself. He instantly sinks due to the weight of his armor, and is again saved by Bo-Katan. And on the way up, they pass a massive creature. Could it be the mythical Mythosaur? It seems like a pretty huge reveal, and maybe has some implications later in the season. So there are quite a few things to like about this episode. First, it looks amazing. From the landscapes on Mandalore to the ruins of the city, it really looks cinematic. It's a bit dark in spots, but I just couldn't help but thinking just how great the show continues to look. I love that Grogu is getting more agency. He's the cutest character in the world, but the fact that he really seems like a character who's making his own choices is great. And I love that he's able to rescue Din Djarin this time. I also continue to love the interaction between Din and Grogu. It's part father-son, and now part student-teacher, and Grogu is taking in these lessons. And I really like it. I think it's showing some growth and development in the show and in the characters, and gives us more and makes me want more of it. I also like that Katie Sackhoff gets a lot to work with here as Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan is a great character, and we get to see it in full effect, and just how good of a warrior she is. I also like that the cleansing or absolution storyline is seemingly over. I was really concerned that this would be a season-long thing, and I just didn't care for it all that much. So now that it's done, it really feels like the rest of the season is completely open, and that's why I'm still very much excited for the rest of the season. With all that being said, the episode still felt a bit underwhelming. It dragged in spots, and while it looked great, it did start to feel a little visually boring at spots. There's a lot of walking and searching around in darkness. It's a solid episode, but not top tier, and not at the level of some of the episodes in seasons 1 and 2, or even the Mandalorian episodes in Boba Fett. I'm liking the character work, and I'm hopeful that we get some more hard-hitting episodes in the near future. So for this episode, I'm giving it a 7.5. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We can be found on all social media platforms at portable_hole. And if you want audio-only podcasts, we're on all major platforms at Portable Hole Publishing. And email us at portableholepub@gmail.com.